Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to Josie K Tarot. I'm Josie K, and this is the second half of November of 2020 spiritual guidance reading. I'm going to start out with the Psychic Tarot deck by John Holland, and I'm going to lay a circle spread. Hopefully, we'll get enough information for whomever I'm reading for during this general reading via this first circle spread, but should I need to clarify the spiritual guidance or specific positions of the circle spread, I will do so with an additional tarot deck. Now, we just had a card jump out for Scorpio. If some of you have been feeling like nothing's been happening, right? Today's the 6th of November, and I have the news on in the next room, and they have not decided what president for the last 3 days. So a lot of us are sitting in energies of solitude. When I did a reading about presidents, it really is about praying to Spirit to guide us with the right person, the person who has truth in their heart. For we're at a moment in time here where we have good versus not good, right? Decisions, people, places, circumstances, and etc. There is a little bit of advice here by mid-November for this Scorpio that sitting in solitude, researching, contemplating, planning your future will eventually bring you clarity in your thoughts. So some Scorpios by mid-November of 2020 are realizing, after sitting in solitude, what balances them out. The number 20 numerologically is a new path, but 0 is about planning that path. Is it the right direction? Is it the right person, place, circumstance, situation? Therefore, Spirit is saying, sit in solitude. For at some point in time, right, the numbers are 0 through 9. Something is going to end, so a new balanced path can open up for the collective. So what's happening is the past is falling away. The past no longer serves the future, right? John Wayne and all those wonderful people back there are not going to be a part of the life of those who are being born in this generation, right? So we're all to plan something that will grow and prosper. We are all on the same internet platform, right? We don't have to work under a CEO or a human. We can start our own business via Etsy, Amazon.com. And now is the time, creatively, collectively, to move into a new path, new ideas, do what you are being called to do, right? We were sent here to create our soul's purpose. But there's a battle between God's will and free will, right? We have the freedom to choose. What is it that will bring balance into my life? So that may be in the thoughts of this Scorpio, whichever Scorpio I'm reading for during this general reading by mid-November of 2020. Okay, they're nudging me to also say that around the 20th, something is going to come to the mind of this Scorpio where they are going to realize their truth, therefore, or the truth of a situation. In the relationship sector of the circle spread, we have energies of balance. So number 11 to me is about reminiscing on what you learned in the past in connection to another or others, and now how you're going to find balance as you move forward into a new direction. So finding balance in the relationship sector with another or others during the second half of November of 2020 is what this Scorpio will be experiencing. Now, in the creative aspects position, we have material harvest. So we have a Scorpio, again with the number 9, who's maybe at the end of a journey in some way, and they're trying to find out what is it that brings balance into my life, which person, place, circumstance, situation. And as you work on and research and take time to contemplate what it is that truly fulfills you, many of the collective and Scorpios are going to realize that what you are creating for yourself is indeed bringing in a material harvest in the creative aspects position. So what you are thinking about, what you are working towards, if it brings you balance, Spirit saying, yes, indeed, this is the material harvest we would like for you to manifest. So a new doorway can lead you into a higher, better path of peace, joy, and happiness. So in the actions position, we have triumph. Look at that. The action steps that this Scorpio takes during the second half of November of 2020, maybe even heck during the whole month of November, you are going to feel and recognize what this triumph energy means to you by the end of November of 2020. Now, the number 7 is a very spiritual number. It's a time where Spirit's saying, reflect, learn, rise above, and start anew. For the action steps you are taking, maybe after sitting in solitude for a while, the realization of what it is or who it is that truly balances you out in your life, right? When we work on something that is our soul's purpose, we will start to give off a bright, beautiful aura. We'll start to feel that childlike energy of peace, joy, and happiness. And we will shine like a beacon in the eyes of others. Some who may be walking in the shadow of confusion, temptation, obsession. So in the emotional aspects position, throughout the second half of November of 2020, we have the throat chakra here. Lighting up in the emotional aspects position, because someone here, this Scorpio, is discovering the truth of a situation whereby they felt like they were spending more time alone maybe than with another person. And now they are recognizing what it is that balances them out in their own journey. So it's very important that we create a stable and solid foundation, emotionally, spiritually, financially, materially, before we bring another person, place, circumstance into our journey. To realize that as I am happy and content and abundant, then I can let people come and go, but not lose myself from the path whereby Spirit's trying to guide me. The triumph whereby Spirit is trying to direct me to put my action and effort into, especially during the second half. So if you need to speak your truth, speak your truth. For the truth will set us free, right? When it comes down to the election today, the truth is the truth is the truth. Nobody in this world can control how all this is going to funnel down except the universe. And I filmed a video before and I'm going to let it out. I explained some of how this would happen. And again, when I did the Thursday live video podcast, the card that I pulled, because I asked Spirit, of course, to provide a card to represent this time, was in a different deck, but the same message, the gateway to triumph. We are more aware now of what we want, what we don't want, and now who we are and what we will or will not put up with, and what it is that truly does bring us balance, so we can get our focus back from whatever caused this. Look at, and I didn't even look. So in the subconscious position, we have a Scorpio here in the second half of November who is dealing with some form of mental conflict. They've been sitting in solitude, contemplating a new path, a new direction, whereby you can step into a path that is not only triumphant, but that balances you. It balances out your thoughts. It balances out your soul. So day to day, this is a message to this Scorpio to not allow yourself to become discontent and bored, right? Because that's when negativity can come in. So day to day, Spirit's saying you may be sitting in solitude, but eventually, if you continue to work on whatever projects, hobbies, gifts, talents, skills, ideas that you enjoy, you will eventually start to see a material harvest coming from your efforts. Some are being nudged to get to the truth of what were you sent to this earth to do? What were you meant to be remembered for? What will your obituary say about you as to the year of 2021? What did you create and how did you manifest a higher, better path than you ever have before? And this process will come to the realization of this Scorpio that by the end of November, early December of 2020, that because they spoke their truth, they were able to free themselves from some form of mental conflict. Mental conflict can come from discontent and boredom, right? So Spirit's saying, sit in solitude, figure out your truth, what you were sent here to do. Of course, working on that day to day, because we're going to use the energies of cause and effect, right? To manifest a material harvest. So we can move forward away from what wasn't balanced, caused mental conflict, into the direction of triumph. Whatever triumph means to you, write that down and say, and these are the steps I'm going to take every day to accomplish this triumph in my life. So Spirit's giving you the strength in the inner strengths position, Scorpio, to let your light shine. I'm seeing the number 19 a lot collectively and personally, which to me means it's the beginning of the end. It's time to bring an end to mental conflict, discontent, and boredom, and to let your light shine. Even if you have to sit in solitude in order to write, draw, paint, do photography, pottery, poetry, whatever this is, eventually your light is going to shine and a path is going to end and you're going to discover triumph. And when we figure out what it is that we enjoy doing day to day and we share it with the world via Etsy, Amazon, writing a book, doing some form of art, that then is when we start to shine like a star, right? When we take what we have within us and we share it with the world. People who have discovered their purpose are famous singers and actors and etc. And each of us were sent here to discover that star within us. Look at this. Some Scorpios by mid-November of 2020 in a 3-card summary to my right with the same Psychic Tarot deck, we have Destiny. So some Scorpios know what their destiny is. And they're just trying to research something and get to the truth of it. And Spirit's saying, ground yourself, obtain more wisdom, step away or around, go around people who are unhealthy and or discontent and boredom. For as you patiently plan, eventually love is going to begin pouring in your life with the number 1 here. Okay, we just went from 1 through a 7, waiting patiently to step into triumph and then realizing that things are beginning to flow more beautifully for you. So it's a time of patience and to contemplate and plan, right? New beginnings with the number 0. 1 is the actual stepping into the plan. 0 is about the manifestation, the thinking, the planning, the getting excited, right? To do what? To ground yourself so that you can plant seeds that eventually will grow and prosper. Someone's heart was open to a situation that caused heartache and loss. But Spirit's saying, listen to your intuition right now. For Spirit wants to fulfill your wishes, but you've got to be aware of what your own personal wishes are. That Spirit can help you make manifest. And if you're trying to rid yourself from anyone or anything that has caused mental conflict, now's the time, because if you get hung up on that stuff that's burning away from the past, you're not going to see the doorway that's opening up. And if people don't see it now, it's going to be a bit of a journey before that doorway can open up again. That for the collective, it's time to move towards new partnerships, new alliances, new directions, not only that will lead this Scorpio to material and spiritual prosperity, but will lead them back into the energies of having hope. Right? Shining brightly. And Spirit's giving you the strength to do so. By the end of November, some of you are going to feel that your passion is ignited and be able to let go of old disruptions in your soul. Because Spirit on the bottom of the deck is saying, we are going to give you the spiritual strength to take authority over your path, to create your own foundation and stability, to shine with that bright, beautiful aura in the light of others, and to step into a path of triumph. Gorgeous. So, of course, pardon me, for personal readings, I would go into the signs and or elements of who by which we are talking about, and spiritual advice as to how to maybe take care of a situation personally. So again, I am offering personal readings via my email, which is josiek42@gmail.com. I offer a 1-month, 3-month, 6-month, and yearly reading, and my price list will be in the box below this video. I am still offering the fall special, which is a 15-minute video reading for just $25 if you'd like to give it a try. Thank you to those of you who have attended the Wednesday live Zoomcast at noon U.S. Central Time, and those of you who have attended the live video podcast on YouTube, which is a chat session where only during the live video podcast do I offer 1-question readings for a minimum of a $10 donation. All right, so overall energy for this Scorpio, please, during the second half of November of 2020. What is the overall energy that this Scorpio can be aware of and use? So we have the Six of Action, okay? Coming together with others, sharing your plans, your goals, and intentions, receiving a lot of attention and recognition because you trusted yourself enough to find balance in this idea of your own. This is all like quietly happening within this Scorpio, right? Spirit is saying, find balance and you will be freed from messages or energies or worries of conflict that are in the back of your mind. All right, so the card says Scorpio. What a wonderful experience for you! Exclamation mark. Your project is a total success. It is bringing awards, promotions, and other recognitions for your efforts. Well done. If someone who can help you offers assistance, know that this person is indeed heaven sent and say yes. So there's new connection, new attention, new realization of some form of triumph. And we've got the Eight of Emotion here. You feel a deep longing for something meaningful in your life, right? So if that's what's been going on, that's exactly what Spirit's talking about here. In your heart, you know that there's more out there waiting for you in the world. So it may be time indeed to switch careers, to move to a new home or city, or to initiate other important changes in your life. Do what's right for you, and then seek out your magical new life! Exclamation mark. How? Right behind that. Creativity will bring abundance. Review and contemplate. For new relationships will grow closer with new people. And when it comes to other relationships, somebody here who's maybe sitting in silence, waiting on another human being, is going to feel the strength emotionally with the throat chakra to speak your truth so that you can find balance once again, so you can shine brightly and move into a path of triumph. And for some of you, leave someone or something behind because you're recognizing harmony. So we got the Six of Action and we got the Six of Harmony. That's where Spirit's trying to lead you. So if you want to translate these messages yourself, right? My job is to translate from Spirit through signs, synchronicities, cards, images, and then what you could do is go back to the beginning of the video with a pen and paper and write down what it is you are hearing. And at the end of the video, go through that and actually look at what you wrote down. So, because you're going to see that what I translated, what you translated, and then took from Spirit and put on paper, materially right in front of you, are what Spirit's really been trying to say. It's a pretty neat process, I've been told. Again, thank you to those of you whom have liked, shared, and subscribed. To those of you whom have donated to keep the channel up and running. Take care and happy Thanksgiving.